how'd this day go compared to a week ago against the Broncos?
I thought it was solid. Thought our offense, came out ready to roll and compete, and so I thought it was overall pretty good. I think last week, obviously, the first half of practice was a little slow and stuff, but I thought we finished it good. But I thought today was pretty good from beginning to end.
What were your thoughts on the Raiders' defense?
I think they're solid. Obviously, with Coach Carroll and their scheme that he's done in Seattle, like bringing it over here, and from back when they were running with Legion of Boom, so you can see them doing that now, which is pretty cool. And I think they're going to continue to get better with it. And obviously, when you got Max Crosby and those guys rushing the pocket, they had a couple good reps today of getting in there. So disruptive, but still pretty good scheme-wise overall. So it was good going up against them.
How would you describe what McCaffrey is physically and mentally?
Yeah, I mean, obviously physically he looks great. Getting in and out of cuts, running hard. Back to the McCaffrey that we all know, and then mentally he's on one. Like he's ready to get after it in the season, and obviously from beginning to end, like play a whole season and go hard. And that's who he is. He keeps telling all of us in the locker room, he's like, dude, I can't wait. And so for me as a quarterback, I'm like, dude, I love hearing that. And obviously let's just keep taking it one day at a time. But he's ready to roll.
But you see that in the joint practice probably more than he's going against somebody.
100%. Like it's obviously not our team on the other side of the ball, so when he gets to go up and meet one of their linebackers in the A gap or Max Crosby coming around, like I know that gets him going and he really likes that and competing. So for me to be able to watch that was pretty cool.
Brock, Colton has pretty much told the world he's going to be a Pro Bowl player this year. And he wants to put that on himself. Do you see just the maturation or just the improvements maybe mentally and physically in his game over time?
Yeah, he's done a great job, man, this whole offseason. And I think, today was a really good test going against Max and some of those guys on the edge. And he's done a tremendous job, man. And I think overall just the maturity of how he carries himself, what he knows and expects the season is going to bring, and what his job has to be. Like he knows it really well. I feel like the last couple of years after McGlinchey left, he came into the role and was like, all right, how are you going to do with your role? But now we know what we're going to get from him and what the standard is at right tackle, and he's going to do a tremendous job in it. So I'm excited for him.
Brock, I couldn't see it perfectly, so I don't know if it's a big deal or not. There's like 9 rolled into near the end of practice. Was that a big deal or not? In moments like that, do you get like scares you? Or?
Yeah, I mean, obviously at practice, it's like how can I stay away from little things like that you look back on and be like, what the heck? But at the end of the day, for me, when I take the snap, it's 11-on-11 football, especially in an environment like today. We're competing against another team. That's the game. There's going to be guys getting thrown down, rolled up into our ankles or whatever. How can I still get the throw off? How can I extend? Whatever. It's part of the game, man. He came up to me and apologized after, and I was like, dude, thanks for competing, bro. Like that's you're making us better. So it is what it is, and obviously you just don't want anything dumb to happen.
Brock, several years back, I'm not sure if it was your first time in Vegas, but 7-on-7 tournament, Pylon. A lot of people that tournament were talking about Alonra, DTR, Brevin, the undefeated Gorman team, and you led Tucson Turf to the title, and then from there it's just kind of like you were big in Arizona and it just grew and grew. And I've often wondered, you never thought back to those times when everyone else's name was getting thrown out there, but you overcame adversity and then on to Iowa State and so on and bigger things. Do you think back to that as motivation?
Yeah, there's like, stories and stuff. We'll laugh, and whenever the guys are together and we get bragging about high school days or whatever, like, oh yeah, dude, well, there was this one time in 7-on-7, I had my high school team and we had no one really big. And then we went up against the Bishop Gorman guys, so they had like DTR and Brevin Jordan and a bunch of other guys going D1, and this little like Perry high school team came in and then we upset them and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's all part of the story and stuff, and it's fun. But I feel like that's sort of just been like the story of like my life and sort of where I've come from of being the underdog, and then you look back on those moments and when no one believed in you, you believed in yourself and you go get it done. So but yeah, that was out here in Henderson.
I covered it for USA Today.
Let's go. You're a real one. You're a real one. Appreciate you.
Tucson Turf. That's awesome. How is Spencer Burford is not, that's not an easy transition after playing guard. Obviously, he did that in college. How is he doing? How is his development out there?
Yeah, I think it's been obviously a new challenge for him, playing guard and then now the the coach is asking him to go play left tackle, behind Trent. It's a big responsibility for sure, the blind side of the quarterback and everything. But dude, he's taking it and competing his butt off right now, and I think he's learning and growing. Asking Trent, you can see like he really wants this opportunity and to take advantage of the opportunity. So I'm excited to see what he does the rest of camp. He's got a bunch of good opportunities coming up with these preseason games, and we're going to go from there. But Spencer's a kind of guy that I got his back. He's been here since I got here, and he works his butt off, man. So obviously I want nothing but the best for him. But next couple of weeks, gonna be really excited to watch him grow.
So Juwan's not practicing, but do you have opportunities daily to get with him and just talk through stuff and just kind of stay sharp mentally with him?
Yeah, he's around, and so like I always see JJ in the locker room and stuff, and we'll talk and talk about practice and whatnot, and just what he's seeing. Same thing with Ayuk. Ayuk, I'm always asking him, hey bro, what'd you see on this route or this rep? So they've done nothing but give me really good feedback. They care, obviously, and they're continuing to grow mentally and stay on top of their game. Obviously, I can't touch on what they're going through or whatever off the field and whatnot. So obviously, I want them out there, but those are my guys. So
and when you say that, what you said this rep, you're talking about other guys running the route.
Correct. Yeah, there'll be other receivers running certain routes against man or zone or whatever, and I'll literally just go after practice and ask them like, hey bro, did you see that rep? And they're like, yeah, this needs to be done. I would have whatever, and so they do a good job.
Do those interactions?
Does it benefit you to sharpen the connection with Kittle?
Yeah, I think just overall, man, like Kittle, he and I, we talk about almost every rep that we have. Same with like Christian and stuff, but where we could both get better, what to expect with that certain look. And obviously going back to this offseason, man, we train together every single day, and I think that really has paid off just with timing and where he needs to be and us both trusting each other. But, it's a blessing because he absolutely loves football, and when you get a guy that loves football and wants to talk about it 24/7, just like a quarterback does, man, there's nothing better. So, and that's what he does. So obviously you guys see it out there.
Those interactions with...
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think same thing. Ricky absolutely loves football. He's done a great job of competing and pushing through practices, and when he's tired and getting the reps and building up the stamina, like those are all things that he's working through, which is awesome. And I think he's done a great job. But overall, I love Ricky, his work ethic, his attitude, and he's our starting receiver. So we're gonna definitely feed him the ball, and I can't wait to do it. So.
What have been your impressions of Connor Colby so far?
Yeah, man. He's done a great job coming in. Obviously, last week in the preseason game, he balled out, did a great job, and this week he's gotten some opportunities. Working up the depth chart, and he's done a tremendous job, man. So overall, as a rookie lineman, it's never perfect. It's never easy. You got to go through some hiccups and whatnot, but I think he's handled all of it really graciously. And he's a kid that puts his head down, goes to work. You don't hear much from him, but when he steps out in the field, you see it. So it's been pretty cool.
Those interactions you mentioned with Ayuk and Jennings, how does that help your confidence level that when they get back, you'll be able to pick up where you guys left off, or is there going to be some adjustment period, you think, as you guys kind of work back into that rhythm?
Yeah, I think overall, if you're talking ball, you're talking scheme, you're talking, hey, on this route, what's your mindset or whatever, and talking through things, that's always a blessing. That's a huge deal. And but when you get on the field physically, getting out there, moving again with your body, trying to get off a guy in man coverage, those are all things that you can talk about, but once you go out there, like, you just got to experience it and work it through together. And so I think they have so much experience, though, that when they do get on the field, that they'll pick up right where they left off. Maybe it might take them a day or two or a week, who knows, but those are veteran guys, and they know what to expect. And so anyways, when they get out there, hopefully we can just pick up where we left off.
When you talk about Kittle and you both liking to talk about football 24/7, do you find it hard when you guys are together, maybe socially, not to do that? And is it important to have those moments where you talk about something else?
Yeah, I think Kittle does a great job of mixing it up. He loves football. He loves staying healthy in his career and making the most of every opportunity that he has every year. And I think everyone sees that on a national level. But he does a great job of joking around, making sure that we're all going to dinners and hanging out and doing life outside of football, and that kind of stuff matters, I think, tremendously. And it just builds nothing but trust, and you take that out in the field with each other. So he does a good job with that, being a veteran, and he's done that since day one for me as a rookie, and he continues to do that with all the young guys still. So shout out Kittle.
Were you surprised he got Trent to walk on the Logan Long concert?
Was I surprised? Yeah, a little bit, but I think they got everyone hyped. You know, it was pretty cool seeing him and Trent and George both go out with Morgan Wallen, so it was funny.
How's Jacob coming along since he's been back as well?
Yeah, he's done a great job. Jacob, same thing, man. His mindset, he doesn't take anything for granted. Like, he's out there going hard every rep, and he's the kind of kid that he just wants an opportunity. And you could tell last year when he got in the games, like, he had little sparks and stuff, and it was just about putting a whole season together as a rookie. I think now, going into his second year, healthy again and stuff, like, he's ready for it. And he's got the chip on his shoulder. It's pretty cool seeing him and Ricky, like, they're both buddies, and both of their mindset is very similar. They want to go out and win. They want to be a starting receiver in the NFL, and I really do believe that they both have the skill set and traits to be that. And just got to put a whole season together and compete together. So I'm excited for them.
You come out here your second straight week
Last
with
one, guys.
one practice with another team, but here in Vegas, the crowd, the music's blaring, right? It's the Raiders. New coach, new regime. Can you feed off that vibe? Can you feel a different atmosphere? And it's not like you're here every year, right? But in general, can you feed off that? Or feel
Yeah,
it?
definitely. I think, you know, in training camp especially, like, you go out, you practice every day against your guys, your team. You know what you're going to get somewhat, you know, from our own scheme, but to be able to see a new scheme in a new environment, their fans sort of, you know, chirping and roaring and on big plays and whatnot, like, it's always fun, man. You get to compete. Obviously, when you're in a stadium, there's 70,000 plus or whatever, but to get out in a different environment, man, there's nothing better. We're all competitors. You ask Christian, you ask George, all these guys. We want to, you know, go show out in front of an opposing team and their fans, and hopefully we can get them quiet. So it's the goal.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.